Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I have a fun and exciting video where I'm going to be sharing step by step how I created some really pretty Christmas decor pieces, duping some of Kirkland's Christmas decor. They were super easy to do and I really hope that you enjoy today's video. I do want to thank Cricut so much for sponsoring today's video. Now let's go ahead and get right into it. The first piece I'm going to be duping today is this Silent Night, Holy Night sign from Kirkland's. It's originally $39.99. It is on sale for $29.99, but I knew I could create it for a lot less using my Cricut. So the first thing I did was I needed to create my design in Cricut Design Space. So here I just went into Design Space and selected text, and I'm just typing out the words a Silent Night and then a second text, Holy Night. To make it look like the Kirkland sign, I needed to change the font. So here I just went to the top, selected fonts, and then I'm going to be changing it to a Cricut font, and that one is BFC Wedding Guest. And I did that for Silent Night and Holy Night. So here I'm just kind of spacing them out a little bit the way I want them to be, and then I'm going to go over to images, and in here I'm just going to type out Christmas star because I want to have a Christmas star on my sign. There's tons to choose from in Cricut Design Space, and I was able to find one that looks almost identical to the one on the Kirkland sign. So I'm just selecting that and inserting it onto my canvas. I'm then just going to be moving the star and my words around a little bit so that I can get them spaced correctly. And then once I have them where I want them to be, I am going to go and just center them vertically so that they are centered. I'm then going to move the star away from the words, and I'm going to be attaching the two words together. I am going to be doing two different cuts, one for my words and then one for my star. I am going to be resizing my words to 26 inches in width because I am going to be using this on a larger vertical sign than the star. I'm just resizing that to 4 inches by 4 inches so that it will fit nicely in between my words. I'm then going to be making it, and I'm not using a mat, so I'm selecting without a mat. And then the vinyl that I'm using is this Cricut Smart, and this is the permanent vinyl. I'm just using my roll holder and letting the Cricut cut out my design. Now once all of it is cut out, I'm then going to be weighting the excess vinyl away from my words. For the second cut on my design, I'm using this gold Smart permanent vinyl from Cricut, and again just letting the machine cut out my design, and then once it's cut out, I'm weighting my star. For my sign, I'm going to be using this piece from Hobby Lobby. I thought it was perfect for this project because it already has the stained frame. The background is white and the Kirkland's sign has a black background. So here I'm just painting the background black, and I always like to get these pieces from Hobby Lobby when they're 40% off. This piece was $13.99, but again, I did get it 40% off. Next, I'm using some of my Cricut transfer tape and my scraper tool to get my words all transferred onto my tape. Once they're on the tape, I'm then just getting everything all centered on the front of my sign and then just getting it transferred onto the front. I then did the same thing with the gold star. I just got it all transferred onto the tape, and then I just centered the star in between the two words and transferred it onto the front of the sign. This is the sign all finished. It is almost identical to the one from Kirkland's. I think it turned out beautiful. It was super easy to do, and it cost way less. For the next dupe today, it is going to be this holiday pillow from Kirkland's. This pillow is $54.99. On sale, it's $41.24, but still, that to me is just outrageous, and I knew I could create it for way less. So first, I just needed to create my design, so I went into Design Space and I went over to text, and now I'm just going to be typing out nice, and then I did 2 spaces and then did ish. I'm then changing the font, and the font that I'm changing it to is a Cricut font called Typewriter. I am then going over to text once again, and then this time I'm just doing a dash and then text once more where I'm going to be doing a colon. So here I'm just moving the colon over next to the ish on the right side, and then the dash I'm putting in between the nice and ish. I'm then going to be highlighting all of this together and attaching it so that it is one piece. I'm going to be adding another text, and for this one it's going to say nice-ish, just one word. And then for this one, it's the same typewriter font. I am going to be making it a little bit larger, and that is going to be the top word on my pillow, and then the nice-ish with the dash is going to be a little bit smaller underneath the top word. I'm then doing another text, and this one is going to say fairly nice. And once I have that typed out, I am then going to be going up to font, and for this one I am going to be doing a different font. For this one, I wasn't really sure which font I wanted to use. I did have to go through a couple of them to choose the right one that kind of matches the one on the pillow that I'm trying to dupe. So the one that I ended up going with is a Cricut font, and it's called Quarter Note. I did need to make another change to make it look like the pillow. So what I ended up doing was just going in and deleting the F, and then I went and added another text and did a capital F, because the spacing on the pillow from Kirkland's had the F a little bit farther away, so that's why I did it this way. I then needed to put my letters together for the word fairly, so here I just right-clicked and ungrouped them, and then just quickly moved them so that they are all together. I did go ahead and end up adding another text to type out the word naughty. It's in that same Quarter Note font from Cricut. I did the same thing with these. I ungrouped each individual letter so that I could put it together to make a nice cursive looking word. Once I had that one done, I just highlighted it, and then at the bottom I'm welding all of those letters together. And then I'm doing the same thing for the fairly nice words. I hadn't welded them together yet, but here I'm just doing that. I'm then just moving the fairly nice and naughty word down underneath the nice-ish word just to get them spaced where I want them to be. And then I also needed to add another text with another colon, and for this one I did go and have to change the font to the typewriter font. And then I just placed that in between my fairly nice and naughty words. I then resized everything, and here I'm attaching it so that it's one piece, so that when I cut it out, it is one cut. So for this one, I'm using this Smart iron-on everyday vinyl in the color black. You can see I'm using my roll holder since I am using this without a mat, and I'm letting the Cricut Explore 3 cut out my image, and then once it's all cut, I'm then just going to be weeding away the excess vinyl. To create my pillow, I am going to be using one of Cricut's pillow covers, and this one is in white, and it has the zipper on the bottom, so it's nice and easy for you to put in your pillow insert. To iron on my design, I'm going to be using my Cricut Easy Press 2, and Cricut's heat guide recommended 315 degrees for 30 seconds. So here I'm just getting that set up. Then I'm just getting my iron-on that I've already weeded, and it's all prepared. I'm just making sure that it's centered on the front of my pillow cover, and then once I have it centered, I'm just pressing it down into place and then using a piece of parchment paper over top of it. And then I am going to be doing it in a couple different sections since my design is so large. So I did 4 different sections for 30 seconds, and then once everything was nice and cool to the touch, I just removed the film, and I had my nice pillow all made. Just to show you once again, this is what the pillow looks like on the Kirkland's website, and then this is my pillow all finished. It was so easy to do, and it costs way less than that pillow for $54.99. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. I would love it if you would subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I do want to thank Cricut so much for sponsoring today's video. Thank you all so much for watching.